Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Alsu of Parental World Knowledge. I want to welcome everyone. I'm the founder and the owner, and in addition, I'm the president of Artist Barbara Alsu Fine Art Studio. We're about to do some more watercolor painting. I hope there's more clarity to the screen. Right now, I just see like a fog, so I hope you're going to be able to see what we're doing. But first, I just want to tell anyone who's new in listening to us that you need to have a canvas pad. And it's much like the canvas that has the reinforced wood sides. And you buy that in an art supply store for watercolor painting. And also it can be used for acrylic and oil, the one I have. And it absorbs the paint better, and in addition, you wouldn't have to pre-whitewash the entire painting before you start. You'd have to use liquid white since there's not white usually in the palettes. Secondly, you're going to need non-toxic paint. You know, the palette I just showed you, these are all non-toxic. And then you're going to need several size brushes, like the artist brush I just held up, at all different sizes, small to large. And you're going to need a good quality artist sponge. And you put the sponge down and bring it up. If there's too much water, too much paint. And in addition, you need a good artist eraser. And you can use a regular pencil, and even later when you want to layer after your painting's completed, color pencils, but you don't need to have it from the art supply store. The only other thing I just want to mention, if you don't have a line drawing done, to please use either props. If you're using props, just don't copy exactly. You know, make it a little different, make it your own, because another artist did create the prop. And just do the outline. Say it's an apple, just do the outline, circular of the apple, the stems, and paint all the rest in. As far as using a live person or a pet, you can do it exactly. And in addition, say you can't draw whatsoever, but you're able to paint. So why don't you just do a computer printout, and then you can paint right over that. It's allowed. It's accepted in jury shows. Because I've been in jury shows and it was right on the contract. So you could just get a better quality paper than the computer regular paper, and get it at a computer store and ask for a better quality, and then it would work. The watercolor would not. It would be too flimsy on a regular print paper, So if you had a better quality, you could just paint, and you wouldn't have to whitewash that. You could just paint right on that. And that's it. So hopefully you're going to be taking something that you like to do. I mean, I did New York skyline the first time I'm ever doing large buildings, but choose what you like. And it will come out better. If you just choose what I like, not necessarily you're going to have the best painting. So please choose your like or your love, whatever it be, a hobby, etc. Okay, so and when you do strokes, just do gentle strokes. Since it's a mid-size painting, you wouldn't be able to, because you'd be going into the next object. And then if you need to go a very small area, you can even dot on. I'm here with my dog, Platinos. He's here somewhere. I see him. You want to say hello to everybody? It's up to you. If you want to, you can. If you don't, that's okay. All right. Well, you're a little shy. I don't know why. I wish you would come up. You can come up on my lap and say hello. Don't want to? You're wagging your tail. You want to come? Come. Well, I guess I can't get him to come right now. When he wants to, he will. He just got up from a nap. We were out a long time today. We took a nice walk. More than once. He was having a good time. First day that it was sunny and it was cold, but not too windy. And so we took long, long walks. Oh, and so he's just waking up, so forgive him. He's a little tired. But I'm so happy that he was able to go with me for nice long walks. I haven't been able to do that for a while. It was too cold for me to go out there. I would just go like when it was pouring rain, and he wouldn't go outside unless I went. So I had no choice. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he's able to take long walks with me. And that there was a weather change for the best. It's a shame that this weather has been really crazy. Going from warm to cold, snow, pouring rain for days. And the wind is the worst thing. It's not that it was so cold, it was just so windy. It was so cold from the wind. And it was just horrendous. Well, I hope other people enjoyed today with the weather. I hope it was better in your area like ours. And I'm sorry for yesterday. My son disconnected my computer parts that was to my monitor, and I could not get it off the printer. He had it on our printer, which I didn't even realize was working still. We had a little bit of a flood in the basement. Well, it's not a big flood, but just, just was water coming because he couldn't do the shutoff valve when he was trying to do the plumbing at first. And but that printer was low, and I didn't know. I thought it got wet and ruined, but it didn't. It's actually working still, but I don't know, maybe the part got ruined. That's why he had to borrow from my computer. So that's why I guess he doesn't use it much, because he has to take my computer apart. We had an emergency. We had to get something out to our insurance company. And so we did next day service, to get it out, because he took so long to take a picture. He's so busy working as an architect. He does extra work for his boss. And then he has, his own architect business on the side, David Alsu. And then he does other things too. Graphic art, occasionally for like sport teams or something. It's just local sport teams for kids. And so he did not have the chance to take the picture, although, he did the trimming of the trees in front of our house. So he had to do it real fast. And then I couldn't get it back. I couldn't get the piece off. I tried and tried. I could not get it off. So I could not hook up my computer yesterday to use it. And I didn't know that he did that. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I couldn't do my show yesterday. But at least I notified you. I sent a text out on Google Plus, but I felt so badly that I couldn't do my show. And today, I fought to get on. I know it was happening to Google Hangouts, but it wouldn't allow me to get on. And my computer, when I first turned it on also, I had difficulty. It didn't clear. The last thing I did was Google Hangouts, and it just did not clear to go back on. I had to work through my security. Well, at least we're here. I'm very thankful. Thankful that people watch. I'm thankful that you refer people to us. Just so sorry you have so much difficulty sometimes with Google Hangouts that I can't get on. Well, my son's going to have to upgrade, and then hopefully things will be better. Well, the dog is barking nonstop next door, this girl dog, and she just barks. She barks. She knows me. She knows my dog, and she plays with my dog and loves my dog, but she's barking at us when we pass by. Even though she plays with us, she barks at anything. Oh, gosh. Imagine I give her cookies, and she knows me very well. And she's still barking. And my puppy she's played with, and she knows him and loves him, and then she's barking at him. Oh boy. I never know if there's anything wrong because that dog is barking from morning to night. I like the dog, but it's just a lot of barking. I'm glad my dog doesn't bark that much. I mean, he barks only if, like, he thinks if somebody is breaking in, he'll start barking. I don't know why some dogs, they just keep nonstop barking. Even at their own friends, and this doesn't make sense. Playmates. I'm glad my dog doesn't do that. I could not tolerate that. Glad my dog is pretty docile. Just if he thinks that there's a danger, he's very good. He will bark. He will growl. He will attack if he's definitely strong. I'll tell you, he's the strongest. Thank goodness. This dog, this puppy, was the strongest puppy I have ever had, and now he's a young dog, and he's definitely the strongest. He can push you. He can jump on top of you if he thinks there's danger. He can jump up on you, and he can push you, and he can knock you right down. Now, I didn't get a dog for that reason, but I'm just, I'm just saying, I found out he has that ability. That dog is still barking. I don't know if you can hear him, but boy, I can hear him. And I have my windows closed, thank goodness. It's good in the warm weather. I have my air conditioner, so I don't have to hear him. Oh, boy. I should say she. But I'll tell you. I love dogs. But that is nonstop. All day long, this dog is barking. I don't know why she's so riled up. She's usually not that bad. Well, I'm very thankful I have my dog, and he's usually very wonderful. And I was reading an article online. It was on Facebook, and it stated that dogs can actually help a person sleep better, usually. And I think it's the case because I know when my young dog is sleeping at the foot of my bed, I'm sleeping really soundly, and I just feel, very comforted. And the article was, resounding exactly how I feel. I feel warm. I feel, very comforted with him there. Well, if you have it in your heart to adopt a pet, go to your local shelter and try to, bring your whole family and adopt a pet. I knew before I got my pet that I wanted to definitely have a dog, and I was inquiring, to find one. But I teach mostly young children, and I was not able to just take any dog, and they wanted to give me a dog that had a disability. And what if the child, tried to pet that dog and that dog is disabled and snaps? So I just felt, no, I can't. As much as I want a dog to love and love me, I couldn't take a chance. So I just passed on that particular dog. And it looked like a wonderful dog. It was a German Shepherd, and it was a young dog, and looked like it had a good personality, but I just feel I didn't want anything to happen to a child. They might not know not to grab the dog, to go to hug the dog, and the dog is sensitive. That isn't good. Oh boy, there's something blocking my screen. I don't know if you can see me now because this thing is blocking my screen. There, I got it off. Crazy. But I just felt as much as I wanted to have a dog, I just couldn't take that particular dog. And they look very, very affectionate and wonderful, but you have to think, if you're running a nonprofit group and you're teaching, you have to think. You can't just think of what you want. You have to think of the children that I was teaching. My son didn't even, I told him, that I could have gotten a dog, but it was not good with children. But he didn't realize, I didn't get into the whole thing, that it was a disabled dog. And he says, no, you couldn't have that then. You never know with children. You tell them not to do something, and they have a mind of their own, and they'll just do it. You have to keep repeating. But I didn't want to take a chance. I didn't want to harm the dog. I didn't want to harm, more importantly, the children. Because that dog could, snap and bark and bite if a child hugged him. You never know what could happen. Because they're in pain and they can't take a big hug from a child. So be sure your dog or puppy is good for children, if you have children, or if you're teaching children, obviously. And my dog came from another country. It's not even from this country, not from a shelter. And I've said this before. This came from Dominican Republic, and this is just a dog that was running free on the streets. So I'm just lucky I got a really good loving pet. He has some problems. There must be something happened. I think I detect some kind of abuse by somebody to him. Sometimes he just acts like a different dog. But can't bring back the 2 months that he was on his own. Can't change it. Just keep giving him love and reinforcement, and hopefully everything will pass over. I really do love him. All my heart. And he brings me a lot of joy. I hope everybody had a good leap day. Everything is going great. Well, I made good French toast with spelt bread, and that recipe's on LinkedIn. I did that today. Oh, is that good? And I put my brownie cookie on LinkedIn. Told you I would do that, and I did. Now, when I make it, I have very high altitude, so things get baked quickly in my oven. So it would be 20 minutes, but maybe in yours it wouldn't be as quick. So you just have to, keep checking and stick a fork in after the 20 minutes initially, just to see if it comes out dry. If it comes out dry, then it's done. If it isn't, then let it keep, because you're making brownie underneath and cookie on top, so it's going to take a while. And that is so good. It's so delicious. The best cookie that I've baked because I love brownies and I love chocolate chip cookies I had white chocolate and dark chocolate chips. And it's just great with the brownie. Oh my God. And put a little bit of whipped cream on top. Oh my gosh, that is some dessert. You could serve that for any occasion. And it looks so great, and then it tastes so great. I made it for my son. He said he wanted, to have something sweet. He was working very hard and just wanted a little break. And he's on a health kick, so he doesn't get to eat too many sweet things. But he wanted to have, once in a while, from all that health kick that he's doing, all those natural herbs and things. So he just wanted to have a little something, and he had, boy, it was definitely something. He said he was so excited with it. He's not trying to eat that stuff, but he went, he had more than one helping of that. Well, the Heart Association says that brownies are excellent for you. I mean, I wouldn't eat every day, but, it is good. Especially the dark chocolate is very good for your heart. And I definitely, found that it was great myself. I tried it. Okay. So. I have to turn my heat off, my electric heater. So excuse me 1 minute. I'm just covering myself with a blanket. It's starting to get really, really cold. Oh boy. Because I'm upstairs. My son moved of course, my portable heaters are downstairs, and I can't plug it in because I'm plugging in my computer here. So I can't be, lugging up those big heaters. So I wanted him to buy small ones. He never got around to it. So I have to, I have to just disconnect, and because one is into the same socket as my computer. So it's just crazy. What? We've gotten through the winter, which is a miracle. And keep us in your prayers. I'm praying to God for everything to work out with SSI. I'm still dealing with it. I mentioned it before. I've never had more than 2,000 in any month, and by error they're saying I did, and I went over all the statistics, and I saw that there wasn't. So I have to straighten that out tomorrow. I sent in what they requested, and she received it, and she's now since she first was, I guess, away, she first had a chance to read it now. So hopefully everything goes well. because I am telling the truth and I definitely am suffering a hardship. And that's that. Otherwise, I would have a heater if I could, if I had all this extra money, which are trying to bill $1,700 to me. If I had that, I would buy a heater. I would even get a portable heater, which I don't even have. Oh boy, I have old portable heaters. I don't even have a new one. So I did buy one new one and it broke, which is, crazy. I just don't understand. And now they're taking that back. So my son has to get it to the UPS store to take it back to me. But unbelievable that a brand new one broke. You can't win. The other ones from 11 years was working, except for one just now wasn't working as of yesterday. But I can't believe that brand new one. So I don't want to get that same brand. I want to get, a different one. It's not going to give me back my money. They're going to give me another heater at any rate. But craziness, brand new things, they don't even work. I can't understand. And that almost caught on fire. So that's why, you can't leave them ever unattended. Never go out somewhere, which I never do, and leave it on. So you have to turn them all off. And, always be aware, to check if you're using, portable electric heaters. Mine are UL protected. Now, I can't understand why a brand new one, UL protected, it wasn't near anything. I made sure I was very careful, and it just almost started to burn. Yet they say UL protected. Craziness. The old ones were better. So I went to a different store than the one I got, the new one in, and I'm going to order those, and I think they're going to be better because they are UL protected, and I think those are good heaters. But it's crazy, just crazy. A brand new thing should not do that. So just be careful. Besides not putting it next to the furniture or next to any curtains, just make sure that you never leave it unattended, especially if you have a pet. Please don't, if you leave your pet at home, don't leave them on, because a brand new one could do that, UL protected, which years ago UL protected meant that would not happen. I don't even know what's happening to our products today, why that's occurring. That should not be occurring. You pay more for UL protected, and it's supposed to protect you. And I even said that to the company. I said, I can't understand. This is brand new. How could this happen? And we turned it off and on. It wasn't on like constant. So it should not be doing that. I'm going to make some beige, so I'm taking brown, and then I'm putting it into the beige. And I'm going to put some more brown into the white, to my beige. If anyone wants to be on our show, call 973-736-1637. Or if you prefer to have a private art lesson prior, you could call the same number. And you could be any age for the private lesson from artist Barbara L. Sue Fine Art Studio, but for Google Hangouts, you have to be 18 or more. It's Google Hangout rules. And if you have a child and you're wondering if they're ready for an art lesson, well, as long as they have their motor skills, they are ready. That means that they can be making shapes, circle or square, etc. Then they are ready. My son started as young as age 1 doing painting. And we're only $24 an hour, but we have youth service days for free in April, which is coming up soon. So anyone can call and have one free lesson. The art or poetry. If anyone's under 18, they need to have an adult accompanied because we are not a daycare, and I don't have enough staff to do that. That could be changing diapers and, taking care of the children like that. We're just here to do art lessons. I don't have that kind of staff. My son just got a device that you put onto your cell phone so it stops the radiation from affecting you. So, there is radiation. I always hold mine far away from me, but, he tends to keep it closer. So he has this device which protects you from the radiation, which I never knew they made, and that is an amazing device. So I, would recommend, if you're using your cell phone a lot, to look into that, getting a device. You can get it online. That's where he got it from. Well, that is horrible that if you're using your phone a lot and there's radiation from your cell phone. And there's more from a portable phone. I've mentioned that there's been mentioning it on social media and constantly blogging about it lately, that there's more radiation from a portable phone, which I am shocked. I always thought the cell phone was the dangerous thing, not the portable phone. So now we just got a whole new system, and I can't throw this away right now, because I have to at times deal with Social Security, and also I have to be able to talk to them. They have to reach me by phone. So the thing is, I'm not going to throw it out. I can't. I wanted to, but I can't, because my son wants to get longer extensions so that I wouldn't have to worry if I had to go somewhere else in the house. But I don't have that at this point. And there is an answering device on one of the phones that I have, which is great. So if I'm busy instructing, I can have that on. That's a great thing. And like when I do my private instruction, that's a little sometimes difficult to have the phone where I have it open, because if I have like a disabled person, I'm holding their painting while they're painting, and I can't be doing that and then answering a phone. So it's really difficult. So I'm glad now I have an answering device. My other one broke, and now this one, it came with it. So it's terrific, and it was very reasonable. So I'm thrilled that I have now a new phone system. This is really a phone system. It's not just a phone. I have two phones, and one is an answering device, and it is marvelous, really marvelous. The sound quality is better. You can really hear the phone ringing and not an annoying ring. And yet, then I have the answering device too. But I'm leaving it open. I never know if they're going to call me. She said tomorrow, but what if she calls today? So I'm just leaving my phone open. I'm not taking any chances. Lavar speaking. Yes, bad time. This woman, a recording, keeps calling. Am I getting you at a bad time? Every time I'm saying it's a bad time. And you can't really stop the telemarketers, because then you won't be getting the good calls that could come in. So you can't really, if you take yourself off a list, you're losing good things that could come in, good calls. So I really can't do that. looked and, can you just block certain ones? And you can't, it's just, they don't allow you to do that. There's like a way of, just taking them. If you blocked, you'd have to block everything to do that. So. And it has call screening on my phone system now, which is good too. I can see who's calling. So I'm really happy that I have the new phone system. And it wasn't expensive. It was unbelievable, I got a very great deal online. So, I hope you catch a deal like that. But the answering device with the phone included was $40. You can't believe that. I've paid for an answering system $200 or more. My phones today, they're able to make it a lot more reasonable. And the second one was on sale for $10. It doesn't have the answering service, but it's just another extension. Wonderful. And they're beautiful phones. They're, it's not cheap looking. It's gorgeous. Goes with my decor. I just couldn't believe my son got them online. Good, great deal. These are quality phones. You had to make sure, So I'm running a charity. I have to have a decent phone. I wouldn't be able to get the clients in. And my business, having a reality show, I want to be able to have my clients in too. That dog's still out, barking away. Oh my gosh. And it's a big dog. I would not want to get too close to that dog if she didn't like you. Fortunately, she likes me. I keep thinking about what my father once did for my other neighbor on the other side has a male dog, and this dog would bark and growl a lot too, and constantly. And my father, he was almost 96 years old. One day, this dog got loose, came out of its yard. I don't know how. It dug underneath the really strong, like fortress fence, and he dug under, got out, ran in the street. My father ran after the dog. I was shocked. Picked up the dog and put the dog back in its yard and said, "Stay, you stay, you stay, don't leave your yard." Well, that dog, I was thinking, oh my God, my father might get bit. This is a big, big dog. And it was always vicious, growling and growling. But my father used to always talk to the dog from the window, and it got to know him. And so he wasn't afraid of the dog, and the dog wasn't afraid of him, and the dog liked him and let him put him back in the yard. But I just thought, my gosh, how brave my father, almost 96, and he picked that huge dog up. I don't even know the breed of the dog. It's I think it's like an Australian dog. I don't really know the name of the dog, but it has beautiful markings, just very beautiful dog. But it was a humongous dog, and always growling and barking, and I would never want to pick up that dog, but my father did. I don't even know how he had the strength. God bless him. I was before he got injured, and he had the strength to pick up that darn dog and put it in the yard and saved his life. I mean, that dog would have been definitely killed. There's cars coming. It's not a busy street, but there's cars coming, trucks coming. And it was right in the street. And I would have just called the town to get the dog. It had its collars, and it wouldn't be put into the pound, just that they would, get it and put it back in its yard. But the thing is, my father, he loved animals, and he didn't want to take a chance that anything happened to that dog. He talked to him every day. Every day he would talk to that dog. He missed having our dog. We had a dog, collie, for 25 years, and it passed away, and then he wouldn't let me get another dog. But he found love before he passed on. He, started to fall in love with having a dog again. He just couldn't bear to have another dog, but he was talking and playing with that dog every day for, I guess, about a year. And then he was brave enough to pick that dog up. Oh my gosh. I said, "Dad," "you took a big chance." I says, "How did you know he wouldn't bite you?" He says, "Well, I talked to him all the time, and he felt, but I still think he was so courageous to pick that dog up. I would never, ever, And I'm great with dogs, but I mean, that dog was vicious. That dog was a vicious dog, and yet he entrusted. Well, I'm working. I mean, I can't always, go play with that dog at the window like he did. So, I mean, he didn't know me, and I think I would have been dog food. So, thrilled that my father was such a good man. And he just loved, pets, and like I do, and that's great. And that dog never went out of the yard again. It never, thank God, ran away again. He listened. He listened to my father. He said, never run out of that yard. He listened. And I told the owners the story. They didn't even know that happened. It's unbelievable. My father got injured right after that, so I was busy taking care of him, and my father wasn't able to go out and let them know. I told them right away after he passed. Well, I want to say good night or good day to wherever you are in the world. And just a quick miraculous healing prayer. I pray a miraculous healing prayer for everyone for peace, good health, good spirit, and good strength. Amen. And if you need to say that prayer with me to God to do any healing for yourself or anyone in your family, please say that with me. God does the healing 100%. I just say the prayer. Well, I thank you again for tuning in. And I hope that you don't need that prayer, but when you do, please say it. If it's not right now, any given time. And you can always visit ParentalWorldKnowledge.com, our site, and you can get 2 miraculous healing prayers by visiting our latest blog post. So thank you so much. And if anyone needs an energy scan, that means I pinpoint any problem that you have, whether it be your body or something with your mind, and able to give you more clarity and, in addition, more energy. So if you need to, you can call that number again, 973-736-1637. And we'll be more than happy to do an energy scan. It is $79. It's going to be going up May 1st to $779. So take advantage. I have been endorsed by one of the best people that do energy scans, and he invited me to have his free sessions of listening to what he does, and I'm really thrilled about that. And I definitely would recommend to take a course if you have this ability and you don't really have the direction of what to do, how to do it, how to make a business of it. And if you go on Facebook, you'll see he's one of my friends, and hopefully if you need direction, I would definitely go to his Academy of Invisible Healers, and that is the academy that has given me that endorsement, saying that I just am doing a wonderful job of doing my energy scan healing, and that's why I was invited to learn more about the working business. And did say to me that I'm worth to make it higher in price, and I listened to the Academy and Invincible Healers, and I definitely am going up in price. There's no question, for May 1st, and that's of this year, 2016. So you take care, and I hope that you don't need this, but if you do, give us a call, 973-736-1637. And I, can pinpoint faster than even a doctor. Doctor, you have to tell them what's wrong. I don't need to know what's wrong. I just pinpoint and know exactly what's wrong. And it is, all through God that the healing occurs. I have nothing to do with that. 100%. I can't claim a thing. It's 100% God. My prayer, my miraculous healing prayer. And that is what my name is, Miraculous Heal. I say it because God's doing 100% of the healing. All right. Take care. Bye now. Good night or good day again.